wait till I get his name. It's an old movie scene. Anyway, at the end of the movie, he comes to the ward and says, "Hey, the patient is not here, ran away. Please call security." And then the nurse came and said, "No, he's healed." "How is he healed?" The patient actually had a headache because there was a family discord. Her daughter, based on the TV series, I think, was going to high school and was having a problem with relationship. And she didn't know what to do. High school, okay? So I just found out today that somebody has a daughter who's 18 and 21 going to college. I said, "Wow, it's interesting." And then she smiled, "Yeah, it's interesting." When we have children going through high school and college at this day and age, it's going to be sometimes stressful for the parents. And so they were talking in the TV. They will see the nurse talking with the patient, and at the end, the nurse offered some solution, and the patient felt better. And when she felt better, she decided to go home. And it's just coming at the tip of my mind, this TV series. His name is it's a British doctor that works in America in the series. And so he was very surprised that the patient went home, but he says if the patient is good and felt good and went home, that's fine. Take-home message I found out about that is that time I was still in school, is that we need to talk and know about our patients. So again, nurses, you are one of the most important connection between the doctor and the patient. In fact, you might be the problem solution or provider to the patient rather than the doctor, even though they come with all these issues over here. I have a simple remedy provided by a psychologist from Andrews University to overcome stress. And you will see it in this part where we need to manage the time, we need to be relaxed, we need to eat healthily, we need to exercise, have a good viewpoint, loving relationship, and a spiritual integration. So let me just go through very fast. Some of them were mentioned during the week when I was here. Relaxation, downshift. Stress is part of the human condition. Dan Buettner is the founder of the Blue Zones, and people in the Blue Zones suffer the same stress that others do. So stress is everywhere. It's very difficult for me to hear that people don't have stress. And again, there's good stress and bad stress. However, the people living in the Blue Zones, that means these are the areas where people live long, have daily rituals that reduces stress. Do you have a daily ritual that reduces stress? Now, based on this, he gives you a few things. Prayer. Do we have a morning devotion? Do you have an evening devotion? Should we be like Daniel, morning, afternoon, night? Should we be like the Muslims 5 times a day? I think as long as you have a continuous relationship with God through prayer, that would be good. Now, this is for other religions where they believe in ancestors' veneration, that means worshipping ancestors. I like this thing, to reduce stress. Would you all like that? But if you nap too long, you cannot work. Yeah, so napping. And the last one I like, happy hour. Happy hour is very interesting. If any of you have visited the US and go to Florida, Miami, and the South Beach of Miami, between the beach and the town, there's a road. Okay, so the beach is big, really nice, white, sandy beach. And at 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock is happy hour. You know what they do over there at happy hour? All the restaurants, unfortunately, I don't like it, but all the restaurants will offer free beer. 5 to 6, all. You walk along. You ask for soft drinks, they say no, only beer. I wish it's the opposite. They can give soft drinks and soda drinks free. Happy hour, as I said, it's a time for you to relax, to go and just, in the young people's term, chill out. So in AIAIS, it's interesting. I work there now for 1 year. We have a group of friends, very nice, 3 of us professors with our wives. We don't chill out every day, but Friday, 4 o'clock. Hey, you want to go out? Yes, sure, of course, because we work half day. So 4 o'clock, we take the car, we just choose whichever place we want to go and chill out for about 2 hours. The wives sometimes will go and do their shopping. The husbands will sit down there and we talk. And sometimes we say, please don't talk about AIAIS. Let's talk about something else. And we will talk so many things. You know, there's so many things you all can talk about, right? Yeah, if I were to give you a time for you to spend even today, you said nothing to talk. But sure enough, one topic will come up. You can talk like mad. You know, when my wife and I, sometimes when we drive, the main talker is who? My wife. Whoa, so nice, because I'm just driving and I listen to my wife. You know, 3 hours, 2 hours ride becomes 1 hour because she just talks and keeps me company. Well, I guess her main object is I don't sleep. But we can really talk, and I think that happy hour is a good time to relax. And so the 3 of us professors, as I said, when we go out, we don't talk about AIAIS. We have too much problems to bring. And if you want to talk to me about how much problems we have, even now at this moment, I have issues that I need to deal from AIAIS. But it's Sabbath. I don't have to worry about it. And when I was here for the whole 1 week, there were issues, but I said I will handle one at a time. I will decide what I need to do because I'm the chairperson of public health. So I'm not just a professor, I'm the chair. I have to make sure that the department runs properly. And taking God first in your life is so happy. It's such a happy feeling. I mean, if I was in the worldly world, I might not even want to come to church today because there's so many things to do. So many stresses that we all have. I don't have any children, by the way. I am married for 31 years. We tried to have a child, and we couldn't. And when we studied in the United States, we thought, maybe we could have a child in the United States and therefore get US citizen. Unfortunately, it didn't come. So our child is our studies, and over a period of this time, we have been having a lot of foster children. Because we worked in Penang in the college, in the hospital, there's a nursing college, and many of these girls who come here at the age of 18, 19 to study nursing also have their stresses. And some of them, we know their parents, and so the parents will tell us, Edward, Shanti, can you take care of my daughter while she's here studying? Can you be like parents to them? And sure enough, we'll hear their problems, especially when they break up. Man, they break up, they cry. I mean, girls can really cry. So we sometimes have to bring them every week. In fact, one of my foster children stays in Sabah and I'm in Malaysia every weekend for about 2 months. I flew her back to Penang because I said, your parents are there. No, I have to speak to you, uncle and auntie. You're better than my parents. I'm not replacing their parents. But we talked to the parents and say, yeah. And that breakup was a very, very severe breakup for her. She really went into depression. So I had to bring her because she was studying, so she couldn't stay Monday to Friday. Friday night, flew her over, stay until Sunday. Sunday, fly back, go and study. Friday night, come back, all the way 2 hours ride, plane ride from there to here. And I said, I cannot keep doing this for you. We'll become bankrupt. But she overcame it. Now she's married. She's got 2 children. So in a way, I'm a grandparent. My foster children has now spread. A lot of them have certain issues. Now I've got a Mexican foster children. I've got a Mongolian, where the mission story came from. They are in the US. In fact, the Mongolian is interesting because she comes from a Buddhist background and she got baptized. She was baptized when we were there in US, in Loma Linda, and she is a very nice foster child. We have problematic foster child, even until now. There are about 2 or 3 of them, very problematic. And we thought that we could pass it on back to their parents, but no, in fact, we had, a few of them have issues that we still take care, spiritually guide them through their life. So, stresses. So I'm sure all of us have stress, whether we're single or this thing. So, one of the ways to overcome stress is a relaxation, right? The prayer, I'm sure you have heard about this prayer. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. Prayer of peace. Healthy eating, we've talked about healthy eating during the whole week. I just go through very fast that half of your plate should be vegetables. Even if you're a meat eater, at least have vegetables half of your plate. So that protein part over here, you can put your meat, but of course for us who are vegetarians, we put our nuts and our nuts and soy products over here, and legumes as part of your protein. Decision makings come from the frontal lobe, and therefore we need to fulfill or not fulfill to make this frontal lobe as healthy as possible. So there's snacks, but there's such thing as vegan snack. You don't have to take the French fries all the time. You can take all types of vegan snack. And I was told today that your avocado over here is very interesting. I put avocado on the bread as a butter. Yeah, I'm not sure whether you do that, but I hear that most of the time avocado over here in the Philippines, you put it into a salad, which is nice, but you can even eat it as a snack. There are many types of snack. If you find that you always stress and you like to eat, but you'd like to eat those not good food, put it in the cupboard or in a place where it's difficult. Have it locked, even better. So that when I want to get my Lay's potato chip, cannot open. The key is with my husband. I have to wait until he comes. Do you know that if you delay for about 5 to 10 minutes, your craving, very good word, your craving for snacks go away. Yeah, just delay 5 to 10 minutes. And that's what I actually tell for my smokers who come for stop smoking class. Do something for 5 to 10 minutes and the craving for smoking goes away. And the same thing we can do for eating. Make it hard to find. Eat in small amount if you're a stress eater. Yeah, just put 1 cauliflower. Okay, my stress is away. Because some people eat for stress, and when they eat stress, or like me, I choose only one type of potato chips. That's it. Kettle, jalapeno. Cannot find it in Philippines. You can find kettles in SNR, But they have sea salt, and they have, I don't know what is the other brand, sea salt and a few others, barbecue and all that. But I only want jalapeno. Why? I want to make it difficult for me to get, so that it will be difficult for me to take, and therefore. So in Malaysia, they sell it. It's expensive, so I will buy only 2 or 3, and I will tell my wife, this will last at least 4 months. Yeah, because I will, every time when I open the cupboard, I will ask myself, shall I take it? Shall I not? Close it back, do something, take something else, take some healthy snacks. And then when really I cannot, that's all. One packet will finish one day, and that's it. The next one will be 2-3 weeks later. So do something this thing. So that's about eating, healthy eating. Exercise, showed this picture yesterday. Even in an old age, you can still do a lot of work. So these people in Sardinia, they take care of their sheep. They climb a hill. Can you imagine? At 70, 80 years old to take care of their sheep and their goats. So we can still do all types of activities. I encourage you all to keep doing as much activity. So I find that in Valencia, you have the boulevard. I was told that only young people go there in the evening, right? Dating scene, don't know what scenes you have there. I haven't gone there, but that's what I was told. But even elderly people can go there and do your exercise. It's a nice place. I saw the boulevard walk. It looks good. So get your exercise done. Showed this again yesterday. If you want to postpone your funeral, exercise regularly. Yeah, you don't have to climb a hill, but you just do some form of exercise would be good. Next one, time management. It's very important. So some few clues into time management is using the time available to you effectively in order to get a task done. So first remember, you have 24 hours. You don't have 26, 28. You have only 24 hours in a day. There's no such thing as stretching the time, okay? You got 24 hours. First priority in your time management is sleep, not work. First priority in your time management is sleep. Some of you will argue with me and say, Doctor, I need 6 hours sleep. I will still say 7 to 8 hours is good. A lot of studies have shown 7 to 8. My suggestion is 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. is your sleeping time. No other time for any except for those working in shift. In shift, I'm not sure how your shift system works, but you might have to adjust as far as your sleep is concerned. But for those not working in shift, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., 8 hours is sleep. Now, the next allocation of your time is 8 hours, usually about 8 hours of work. Some of you work 9 hours. So again, 8 hours of work, 8 hours of sleep, 16 hours compulsory for these two things. How many hours left you have? 8 hours to decide what to do. Eat, exercise, watch a movie, talk to your friends, worship. All these comes under the next 8 hours. Please manage that time accordingly. I still remember I was in the United States. I was not used to keeping a time schedule. And my classmates, we had our first assignment as I reached there. And there were 6 of us. And we were asking ourselves, when is the best time to do our meeting as a group? During class, we cannot. So we decided, okay, we'll do at 5:30. I still remember 5:30 because we thought 5 was too early and 6 o'clock was too late. So we said 5:30. Everybody's okay. But except came to one lady. She says, cannot, I've got an appointment. She just said, I got an appointment. So we say, okay, if cannot, what time can we do? Then we have to do late night because some of us have early dinner, which is good. And so again, we look at it, finally came to the point of 7 o'clock. Okay. So 5 o'clock, 5:30 is the time where we go and do all our exercise in the gym. So we go. And at 5:30, I saw my friend who said cannot in the gym. So I asked her, you said you have an appointment. What are you doing here? Yeah, my appointment is to do exercise. So she puts appointment to do exercise. And I thought that was good. And I said, okay. I don't want to disturb that for a meeting. And the other time I had an issue was when I started working in Penang. And the boss suddenly calls us up. Edward, I need to see you at 1:30. And this is already about 12:30, 12:45. Okay. And then 1:30, my wife calls me. Hey, you're supposed to come home and have lunch. Why are you not here? I'm meeting with boss. No, I'm the boss. You need to come home and have lunch. But I'm meeting with boss. And I got so stressed out. Which one do I go? Do I go with home and eat my lunch because my wife has cooked good food? Or do I go meeting with boss? So from there, it was very stressful. So what I decided after that is lunchtime, also put into my appointment schedule. So when boss next time tells me there's a meeting at 1:30, I'll tell him, just like my friend in US, I have an appointment. Sorry, boss, you have to do it later. Unless a person is dying in the next 5 minutes, then maybe I will come and see you or talk to you about something. If not, I will schedule. And that was how I manage time now. And so, actually, schedules for me now with my students also in AIAIS is first come, first serve. When I put an appointment there, nothing else can stop it or change it unless it's something very, very trivial. And so, I've made appointments and I think appointments are very good. So, one of the things about time management is procrastination, right? If you don't put appointments, you procrastinate. It's okay, I can do it. Then wait, never mind, next time. And next time. delay, and you already have appointment coming up and you delay. So there are 3 strategies to prevent procrastinations. Number 1 is the salami technique. This is how you make a big task. Apparently this is salami is basically a non-vegetarian way of talking about. Is that, but this is a term that is used in psychology. It's from a big task, make it into small tasks and accomplish all those small tasks. Okay, so when you have a big workload or big things you have to do, break it into small, and then tackle the small ones first. Some people tackle the tough ones first, like I, and then keep the easy ones later. Some people tackle the easier ones first, and as they build up, they are ready for the tough one. Make commitments. Research has found that students work best when they are given tight deadlines for projects and assignments. And that's why for all my students, I will tell them ahead, next week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, you have an assignment, make sure it is done. And some of the good students will do it early. Some of them do it until like 2 hours before. Give me some more time, give me some more time. And I said, you already have been given warning or announcements like 3 weeks before. Third, I like this, reward yourself with all this time management. Tell yourself you've done well, you've managed to keep time well. It's not only for time management, it's also for many goal settings that you do. Always learn to reward yourself. Now, most of the time we reward ourselves by eating, right? But you can reward yourself by many things. Oh, if I do well, I'll buy a small gadget for my computer. I buy a new Apple Watch if you have saved enough money. Or I buy a new necktie. Or I buy a new shirt. Or buy new shoes. Or buy a new pen. Something like that. When you have reward yourself, usually we like to use the word buy because that would be nice. Rather than I reward myself by looking at the movie. Because when you look at the movie, after the movie finish, you forget. Whereas when you buy, let's say, a watch for a reward, 2 months later you say, I got this watch because I rewarded myself by keeping or following some schedules. So plan your time well. Next, positive viewpoint. This is overcoming stress. So positive viewpoint is very, very important. It's always, be sure to always have fun. But you have to look at who you are doing this with. If your wife is not a person who enjoys the fun that you give, don't always play or have fun. Make sure you know the people. That's why I say the 3 of us that goes for our de-stressing moment on Friday. We do a Friday, Sabbath after sundown, and Sunday. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't, because Sunday so many things. So we usually have this 3 of us who meet, and this is the time we always have fun. We crack jokes, we talk about each other, relaxing ourselves. Be easygoing, forgive quickly, don't take things too personally, and laugh as often as you can. Right? Nice to laugh, right? You know, there's a group, a laughter club that started in India. Now it's all over the world. They just go into the park and they laugh. If I start doing here, everybody will start laughing. Not nice. But yeah, they'll just laugh. No reason, just laugh. Yeah. And it's called a laughter club. You go and check online. Don't know whether you want to do it here, but it's nice. It's a very interesting thing when I see them on YouTube. Have a loving relationship. One of the things about a loving relationship is not just husband and wife, parents with children. It's also belonging to the right tribe. Health behaviors are contagious. So things like bad stuff, like continuously eating, drinking, smoking, loneliness, unhappiness are also contagious, right? But we want to be the opposite. So if you have colleagues or friends who keep going and doing exercise, what happens? You also will want to follow them and do exercise. So curate is to, in your social circles, carve out good habits and develop good relationships with your friends and with your loved ones. So some of you have very, very good friends. When I was young, the 3 friends of mine, we will never miss Sabbath because that's the only time we will meet. So even we get fever, not well, mommy says you don't go to church. Cannot, must go to church. Must go to church because I must meet my friends. And after that, we will stay back after church, go to their house, go to my house, whichever house, all of us must be together until Sabbath. And when Sabbath comes, we are so sad. We have to miss each other because we all study in different schools. And the only time we'll meet again is on Sabbath. And Friday night starts, we'll go, we meet, and we are all close friends, even until now. 3 of us are all separated by different places now. One is in Malaysia, and the other one is in the US, Ohio. Yeah, and 3 of us all have different work. I'm a doctor. The one in Ohio is a pilot, but now he became a teacher in computers, and the other is in Malaysia doing human resource. So all different works, but still good friends, good relationship. Centenarians, people who live a long time, spend a lot of time and effort working on their relationships with their spouses and children. They are not give-ups. They do not look for divorce. They do not say, my children is hopeless, give up on them. No, they find time to make the family well and happy. They find time to go and do things. So my wife and I, we have to find time. Many people ask, why is she not here with me in Valencia? Well, actually, she came here in October. But she's now in charge of administration, not in charge, she's part of the administrating team in AIAIS, so she's there. But come Easter, we will be together in Davao. Yes, 3 days holiday. Next month we'll be together. June we'll be together in Iloilo. Very good. July we'll go to US together. July we will go to Sri Lanka for mission trip together. See, those are the things that we need to do. So we spend time cultivating or making our relationships with our spouses and children. Children are likely to keep their aging parents nearby and to consider them as fonts of wisdom and will savor their own survival. So children, honor your parents, just like what the Bible says. Prayer, spiritual life is very important. We're not just focusing in stress management on Christianity, but in general, any religious life is good. But of course, I definitely believe in the Adventist life. Belief or faith with a religious setting will help you to become good. They found out that there is a decrease in the chances of dying over 15 years if you follow a religious group. So this is another interesting study now just come to my mind. I forgot to mention it, put it up, is that children who are baptized and then backslide are most likely to come back to the church later on. So it's nice to get your children baptized, even though some people say, I forced my children to get baptized 9, 10, 11, 12 years old. But the thought of them getting baptized, and if let's say they backslide, they become even really real crooks, and they are into vices like smoking and drinking, they have a better chance of coming to God than those who are not baptized. So that's another thought that you might want to think. Religious activities improve health and your stress and the quality of life. Spirituality helps believers and non-believers in their community. And the belief in God reduces stress. I'm so, convinced by this light. I really believe in this light that your belief in God reduces stress. I mean, I've gone through many stresses. Medical school is not easy. Graduate school is not easy. Postgraduate school is not easy. And many times, many things in life is not easy, even in administration. But a belief in God will help you to reduce all this stress. So, how do we manage stress with all these things? And this comes from the acronym PREVENT. PREVENT. If this is positive, let me see. Peace, prayer, relaxation, exercise, positive viewpoint, eating healthily, neighborly friends or friendship, and time management. That's how it goes, PREVENT. And this is developed by a psychologist near Andrews University. Yeah, so it's from a Seventh-day Adventist management, which I like. That's it for today. So I hope that's a good way for us to learn how to reduce stress. And the top part you will notice in this part is spiritual integration. Your relationship with God is the best way to overcome stress. Thank you, and may God bless each one of you.